Well, speaking of Vector, huge improvement on just a couple of years ago to what they have now. They're hiring people. They've got people out there working, and they've done a great job on that expansion. Even I've heard the rumble that they're looking at possibly grabbing one of those hangars out there to expand into. Vector has provided a kind of a hub for the aviation here at this airport. The problem that I'm seeing, and I'll ask you, is knowing that the recession's here, knowing that the military has cut back tremendously, even though we're at war, they're trimming the fat, as they say. Is it going to be a more of a looking for military contract or businesses that provide military contracts? Or is there another avenue that we can look at? There's airports all over the country that have diversification within themselves. And they have the industrial park around them. They build off of that. Are we going to start seeing a trend toward that?
What I see here is you can't ever outrun your strength. And our strength here is the 7 military facilities in Florida, plus Fort Rucker, plus Maxwell Gunter in Montgomery. There will always be, if we have an attractive airport here, there will always be opportunities from those areas. So I would concentrate on the military part of it first. And even as we speak here, there's going to be more helicopters at Fort Rucker. There's some good things that have happened over there. They're going to get 80 new helicopters for training. They're going to train some of these pilots a little longer and in more specialty work. And that bodes very well for us. That means that they're wearing out helicopters quicker. That means that they've got to have more fuel. And it means that, that this community is likely to benefit off of that in the long run, the very long run. So there are parts of the military that are doing very well. Now that another thing that could help us a lot is the tanker down in Mobile. That thing has been bid once and won, and now they're bidding it again. And should Mobile get all or a share of that, there's going to be 5,000 jobs created, supplier jobs, created as a result of that tanker location. So we have a good shot at that, and I deal with those folks kind of on a weekly basis, and we'll be right in there competing for those jobs.
Well, Tucson, with that in mind, the military, being a part of this, the outside industrial area, we've got the pump company out there, we've got MFG over in OP, we've got different diversification. The problem that we've had here, and what I'm seeing and what I've talked to other people, professionals and people in government, is the job market. And what I mean by job market, the people that are available for the jobs. You're providing aviation schooling here. Do you see the government stretching out and trying to provide more education for our local people to become more?
Yeah, they are, and as a result, and I'll tell you this, nobody much knows this is going on, but the state has tried to decentralize its workforce effort. And now, instead of decisions being made in Montgomery, they have deferred those decisions to the regional area. And we have, we're the Region 10 workforce area here. We have 8 counties, and now we are able to determine what workforce monies we need to qualify for. So, if we need more nurses, which we do, we can go to one of the colleges, LBW or Wallace or Enterprise, and they can apply for nurses through the state. And the state will not be looking around and telling us what to apply for. We can do it ourselves, and we do that. We stress aviation, we stress nursing, we stress some electrical, and we've even got, in order to serve Fort Rucker, we've got some simulator training going on in Enterprise, because in Daleville, simulators are important to the Army, and we've got people training on software and simulators. So we've got a lot going on with respect to kind of taking our own future in our hands and making it work. And that's all changed. I mean, the recession, and even before this recession, the state started to see the wisdom in that, and I think it's a great decision on their part. They're having to give up some power to do it, but they've done it.
Well, it's, sometimes you have to make a sacrifice in order to get the foundation in and
Well, the basis for that is that this economy down here is very different from, say, Huntsville or Birmingham. So we need to make our decisions down here on how we want to spend our money. And that's what's been happening for about the last 3 years, to our benefit. It's worked out well.
Tucson EJM. We'll back up to that just briefly. In hindsight, we were very aggressive back 5 years ago, and kind of felt that they weren't quite exactly what they had put out to be. And we sounded the horn a little bit, but negativity, it was said. In hindsight, knowing what you know now, and knowing that, geez, we all make mistakes and things happen. Will there be further investigations a little deeper than what was done in EJM?
Well, we knew pretty well what EJM was. I mean, we knew that. They had 100 people down in Crestview. They had an allocation. They didn't have a contract. They had an allocation if they could access the allocation. But you have to look at what that brought to us. EJM brought to us a lot of state money. We got almost $3 million for those hangars out there, which we never would have gotten without them. We got the runway extension. We've got, of course, the hangars now, and we've got kind of a brand. You have to understand in this business. I'm looking at EJM as if it was a conduit to let this county improve and specialize. We knew what they were when we got them, but we had to have a commitment to begin the process, and EJM was the commitment. Industries are kind of like people. Some of them die young, some of them live old and die, some of them are sick. EJM was one of those young ones, an infant that died early, and of course we all hate that. But EJM also created a lot of opportunity for us, and that's where we are now. And I think you'll see that EJM in the long run was probably one of the better things we've done. Now, it wasn't a good thing for EJM, but it was a good thing for this community. And you'll see, as those hangars are occupied, that without them, we wouldn't have the hangars. We wouldn't have any more industry, aviation industry. That's just the way it works.
Is there really a large demand for that type of hangar? I mean,